Welcome back. Welcome to 2024 Twilight 2000. This is episode 14. Thank you very much for joining. If at any point during this, watching this, you like what you're watching, please hit that old thumb. If you haven't subscribed, please do consider it. It really does help us out. And if you're already subscribed, thank you very much indeed. Again, if you have any comments, just place comments and we can have a discussion about several different topics. Thank you very much for everyone who responded about how long it takes to clean weapons. It was very enlightening, particularly the person who was on punishment duties. That I found that a very entertaining read. And now I know basically that in a shift, Jack could go through and clean everyone's weapons quite easily and have time for a chat and do other stuff as well in one shift. So we'll do that from now on. Now, last session we left. We were planning to do an interrogation with Doc and Jack of the captive that they got. Who's I just remembered. I wrote his name down, didn't I? We randomly rolled it. Hold on, Alexander Ivanov. Our prisoner was Alexander Ivanov, but we never got around to that because instead. Which I thought a player would do, we had staff take a pot shot at the Mad King, hit, Mad King went down, and then Jane, being how I have always really played Jane as a bit strong-willed and gung-ho and gets, the bloodlust comes to the fore and then she charged the settlement. And using the law that she's been carrying the whole of the 13 sessions up to this, she launched it at the fence, blew the fence out. Also being the crack shot she was taking guards out left, right and centre. And we left Jane quite dangerously moving into the settlement. Now, I've realised now, after people commenting and also thinking over the last few weeks, so whilst in Tasmania and the couple of weeks break that we've had, I've left myself into a bit of a bad situation and I may be about to lose one, if not both, of my most favourite characters of this Twilight 2000. As Jane is entering from here into the settlement, she is going to attempt to take on who's left over. Now, we do have the Mad King, who I said did have an Uzi. Body is down there. He's not dead, but he's badly injured. So he will have some people there assisting. Now, what I might do, which I only just thought of, otherwise I'd have prepared this. So I'm going to find the card for this mission. So the Mad King. So the Mad King says there are 3d6 houses. We've got that covered. Does it say how many people? So the daytime. Oh, here we go. There's 3d6 times 5 inhabitants overall. So let's find out how many inhabitants there are here, and then we can work out. So basically, Harrison is going to be in one of these buildings. Now, based on the drawing, so GPT, if you're new to today, welcome to today. Yeah, we've got a backlog that you can go through. It will take you a while, but the story involved. I'm in two minds. Here we go. This is a sideline I've been thinking about. Also, I'm 52. And through my half century of life, I've always wanted to write a book. And I'm thinking that these stories that we're creating, I could write a book out of them. Anyway, so we've got enough backlog and somebody else can now steal this from me. Anyway, I was thinking, from this picture that GPT created, there are some buildings that stand out as being major. There's this one, this one, this one, and this one. They could be the hospital building. So what we'll do is we'll randomly roll to see which one that is. And that's where Harrison is. Now, Jane wouldn't know. Jane's coming in from here and going to deal with people. We need to know how many people there are in the settlement, and then we can decide how many are armed. As I was about to say, some of the people who are in the main building where the Mad King was, they may pick up his Uzi and begin to defend the establishment. Because what I don't want is I don't want this to be easy. If this is easy for Jane, then that's not going to be much fun if Jane just walks in and walks out. But I also don't want to be so difficult that it's an overwhelming death. Now, one of the things that I was also going through in my head is he's called the Mad King. We created him as a bit of a despot. So if any of you ever worked in an office environment, if you have someone who everything has to go through, the problem with that is that things don't happen if they're not there. If you can't get an answer from what you're supposed to do next. People will just sit around and do nothing. So if he has set that up as the way this is being governed, then him going down, the head of the snake being taken off, means that they're not really going to, like, only very few of them are going to know what to do to actually defend themselves against Jane, and Jane is basically going to have the run of the land. If she can get in, find Harrison in a short period of time, and then get out, then we might be okay, because Jane may be able to, blitzkrieg, the sudden war type thing, just get in, get it done, get out. That might work. So if it drags, that's where people might start to formulate. So we might do a clock. So we might work a clock in that sort of drama clock thing, where we will have, I'll steal from The Walking Dead. We'll do a 6-segment clock. We'll say the first segment is filled in, and we'll decide at points where we'll fill it in, and at the full of that clock, then they've worked out, they've got themselves together. So first off, as my brain is a bit scattered, yeah, because I'm not too sure how to deal with this. I've put off recording this because I'm a bit, I don't want to lose Jane, but I want to keep going. So we'll do 3d6 and times that by 5, and we'll see how many inhabitants there are. So what we've got 14. So that will start at 70. So 14 times 10 will be 100. Yeah, 70. So there are 70 people here. Now we can say we'll knock 10 off and call that 60 as being the guards and people who've been attacked by blasts. Now, what is a fair percentage of those who would be? So, because this is also what I was thinking. I was talking to Mandy just before starting to record. They can't be unable to defend themselves, because at this point in an apocalypse, the majority of these people would have had to have defended themselves just to have built up this establishment, this enclave, and to be able to defend it from random marauders and make the Mad King a presence to be necessary. There must be a percentage that can defend themselves. So why don't we oracle it, and we'll work out a percentage from that. So what do we have? So we can oracle, so what can we get? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 and 5 is, so we've got 10, a potential of 10. All right, sorry, the card sleeves were irritating me, so I've just spent way too long. Probably the camera's going to start overheating, removing the card sleeves. So what we'll do is, we're saying that there's 60 inhabitants still left here. We will do an oracle. If it's a red ace, which is life-saving on the Twilight 2000 oracle sheet, we will say there's 3 people who are capable of picking up arms and willing to pick up arms. If it turns up a black ace, which is deadly, we will say that there are 30 of them, and Staff and Jane don't stand much of a chance. We will do we will use this map, and do it theatre of the mind rather than set up because then I'm going to delay it again because I'm not too sure what happens. So let's see how many people we have, and we will go that for each segment, which we'll do maybe as a round or 2 rounds, or we'll do a roll a d6 and see if it comes up a 1. We'll fill in a segment that an extra group will join. So if it's the 3, we'll do it by ear, but something like that. So let's see, what does the oracle say? Red ace, heart ace. That can't be real. We've got a 5 spade. 5 spade would be mildly dangerous, which would be, so if that's 3, 6, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 is a lot, but that's just 3 people. All right, let's make it 6 people. Make it 6 people. 3 people doesn't seem enough, even though the card came up. It doesn't seem enough. Let's say 6. There are 6 armed people, one of which is going to grab the Uzi, which will need to maneuver across to where Janie's coming in. So we've got six people who will be armed. 1 with an Uzi. We will say, so if there's 6, there's 2 with pistols, and the other 3 have got hunting rifles, one of which is the guard who is coming, who was loose, and I think there was one guard who was injured on the wall. So there's going to be one guard is on the wall, one guard is in here and approaching the wall, and then we've got the other 4, which is one with the Uzis over here, and we'll have 3. So 2 with pistols, 1 with hunting rifles, who is kind of like manoeuvring around. Next, we've got where is Harrison going to be? We've got 1, 2, 3, or 4. So I'll do a D8 divided by 2, which is 1, 2, 3. So number 3, which is this one here, which it would be, wouldn't it? So that's where Harrison is. So Jane is going to have to start checking buildings. And we will then randomly say, so she'll definitely come and clear this building first. So she'll run over, kick in the door, and possibly, as it's over here, we may not. Oh, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We'll do. Okay, let's do this first. Let's see. We're going to use the table from parts per million, and let's see how Jane is going to react. If she reacts normally, then she might keep going because she's headstrong. Otherwise, we might see what she reacts. We've got a queen. Queen, the character reacts more emotional than normal. This could be greater anger or more compassion, hatred, or empathy. Okay, all right. Might be more anger or hatred. So maybe she's going to start going gun happy. Maybe she'll start kicking in doors and throwing in grenades and then clearing next room. So she's just going to kick in doors, see what was in there, and then move on. So, all right. We'll start with rounds. We'll start with initiatives. We're going to give Jane. So staff is following up. If I remember rightly, staff was following up and firing. McCoy would be with staff. So the dog McCoy would be with staff. Jane was just entering as we were coming through. There's smoke clearing. So we'll have a hunter down here. Jane is entering through the side. So let's see. Will Jane? So Jane is going to act with more hatred. So maybe Jane is just going to fire upon the hunter, or we could just declare the hunters down. No, well, she'll fire because for all we know, we might get some failures and she jams. Here we go. Here's Jane. So we've got Staff and Jane, and McCoy is coming in. Our first round, Jane enters in. Jane is going to start heading towards this building here. All the smoke is clear. So we've got smoke, the parts of the fence are on fire. There's debris all around the surrounding area as the law had hit and exploded, took this chunk of the wall out. There's bits of guards, as one guard is over here is going to have to make a coolness under fire check. And his coolness under fire for the hunter is a C, which is a D8. Failing, so he's stunned. Here, Jane is acting with more anger. She has, I think she needs to, so she's going to reload, which is is it a ranged combat roll or a maneuverability roll? Ranged combat roll. If you succeed, it's a fast action. So if she succeeds, she'll reload and then she'll get to shoot him. So her ranged combat is a D12, D10. So we won't give her a D12, D10. We won't give her +1 for ranged combat as a rifleman because it doesn't seem to make sense. Yeah, she reloads double fast. And then so she will reload and then she will put a burst into the hunter who is getting up off his feet. So he's shakily standing up and sort of getting up off his feet, trying to get himself together. She is within close range, though there's noise and everything. She has a D12, D10, and then +1 for which is a D12, D12. She's close. He's on the ground. He's stunned. Although there's smoke and stuff, I think all the positives will counteract the negatives. So she will do a short burst, which will give her two ammo dice rolling, one hit, firing off 3 rounds. So she fires 3 rounds, doing 1 hit, which is 2 points of damage in his head. So she hits him in the head for 2 points of damage. He will make a coolness under fire roll. He will fail it. He goes down. So the bullet scratches across his cheek, but he goes down for now. So that would be her fast action reloading. Her slow action would be standing and opening up on the dude to put him down. Then we would have Staff would run up with McCoy. Let's see whether there's a chance that there's anybody within close range of this area. Otherwise, Staff might make a maneuver roll and then go and attempt to kick in the door. He's still got his L96 in hand, but he might hold that in one hand and then withdraw his pistol in the other. If anyone disagrees with my cinematic decision at this point, which is to let him, if there's no one in the area, let him approach the door and kick in the door whilst drawing a pistol. He won't be able to take any shots or anything, but he can maneuver across. I don't know if it's allowed, but if he makes a maneuverability roll, I'll let him do that. So we will have red high means there's no one, black high means there's someone. Red diamond ace, that's the same as we've got the diamond heart just sent, so life saving. So there's no one in the area, so there's no one. So Staff is going to attempt to make his maneuverability roll, which is a D10 D8. D10 D8. He will then attempt to move over to the door. So that's one hit. So he gets to the wall, standard action, and then he gets to the door. He will then kick in the door. We will have, now let's see, we could say that if this is a bad oracle, then there is one of the people who can defend. Depending how bad it is, we'll say it's either a hunting rifle person or a pistol, like someone who is just getting like their hunting rifle off the wall or drawing a pistol. What's that? That's a spade 4. So that is negative, being a spade. 4 is low. So we'll say it being negative, there is one of the people in there. They have a pistol. And Staff will have possibly surprised them. We will have them being a hunter. So Staff has run up to the wooden doors. It's quite well kept. This is one of the outer shacks. So one of those bigger buildings are a permanent building. This has been built since the fall to get people to have nice housing together. Maybe it was the central building. The central building here maybe was his to start off with, and then he started to collect people to come in, and they constructed using the wood from the surrounding area, which they cut down to create a free fire zone outside, if that's what it's called, in the surrounding area. So Staff has kicked down the door. It's not very well structured because it was put up in a hurry. These are much better buildings. I don't know, we'll say that there's a small family there, so we'll cut 5 people off. So we'll say there's 55 remaining. One, maybe let's do a 50-50, 1 to 3, 6. So it's 1 to 3 was going to be, it was the matriarch had the pistol. This is the patriarch. Has the pistol, so he's turning, big beard, burly looking boat, bit of a paunch, half buttoned up shirt, obviously getting ready in the morning. Everyone in the house seems a bit shocked because the explosion went off right near them. And he is reaching to a pistol belt, which is on the kitchen table as Staff kicks in the door. I will have him make his coolness under fire roll. Call him a civilian, which will be a D, which gives him a D6. If he makes it, he can shoot at Staff. No, he doesn't make it. So he is shocked at Staff kicking in the door as that comes in. Now we have the rest of the hunters. We will oracle roll. We will fill in a little squarey thing. We will oracle roll it. If we get a negative, which is a black, then some of them will come up, will depend on how many. Black 2, so one of them, so we will have the Uzi dude has come to here, and we've got a couple, we'll put them one here one here. We've still got our hunter here that we know about, and we've got one dude in there that we know about. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got one more running around. So what I've just done is I put a little mark there. I don't know if you can see it. It's the hunter. It's the guy with the pistol in there. I'm going to say that there's somebody else. This is the other hunter that was running around, and this guy here has an Uzi. We have so that's 1, 2. We have one other person with a hunting rifle somewhere over here. This guy here will have a pistol. So we've got pistol, hunting rifle, Uzi, hunting rifle. I'm going to put an H so I don't forget, because we all know what my memory's like. At this turn. So because he's there, maybe this guy here can just about see Staff there, and we'll give this guy who's got a pistol a shot on Staff. This is a civilian, and so what we have in the bit, we've got a civilian would have a range combat of a D, which is a D6, and they have an agility of a C, which is a D8. I'm going to say that they're going to do a quick shot with no aim, because they're not really, they can shoot, but they're not trained as such. Sorry, got distracted. I'm back. So he had D8, D6. We will say he's doing no aim, which gives him a -1, dropping down to a D6, D6. I think that counts as short range. It's not in the same thing. He's not defenseless. He's not prone. I'm not going to say he's in cover. He's standing at the door. But I will say that if the shot hits, we will randomly say whether it's going to hit. If it hits legs, it hits McCoy, not Staff. We'll just do it from that. So he's going to. This guy is. So what should we say? Let's. What have we got? 9. Prisoner. Nah, I don't know. I want to know. Okay, 50-50. Black female, red male. Diamonds red. It's a bloke. We'll say the number, young or old. Quite an old bloke. Wearing. It's a low thing. Raggedy type clothes. So he's not incredibly well dressed. So I rolled a 2. I got a 2 randomly with the oracle. So it's an older bloke. Balding head. Very, very, very attractive balding head. Very attractive. Lack of hair is no sign of anything. Comes charging around the corner, pistol in hand, sees Staff and McCoy, and takes a pot shot. Let's give a D6, because we'll say it's an automatic and he can lay out some rounds. Missing, but the shots that go near Staff, meaning Staff needs to make a cornice under fire as shots sort of ping out across Staff. We'll give Staff his D8 and a D6, because he has Jane with invisibility. He sort of like ducks his head down as the shots come pinging out from this dude here. End of round. Next one. We will do 3 initiatives. We will go Jane, Staff, and then them as a collective. Jane goes on a 4, Staff goes on a 9, the collective goes on a 2. So the collective goes first. So the hunter, who is down here, is still recovering from his cornice under fire check. This one over here, so this one here will, let's say he will run over to this corner. He has a hunting rifle. He's going to take a shot on Jane. So he's going to run across the corner and take it. We'll go around for that one. Run across the corner and take a shot on Jane. This one was one of the guards who we said was a hunter. So he has a range combat of a C. And he has an agility of a B, which is a D10. He has run across. So let's redraw him. So he isn't there anymore. He's going to maneuver to here, which we'll just say is a normal maneuver. So he has run across from there to there, and then he will take a shot across at Jane, who is standing somewhere over here because she just turned and shot at this hunter here. So he's going to come across and take a shot with his hunting rifle from there. He's got a D10 and a D8. He moved, so he can't aim, so that drops it down to D6, D8. And I think that's it. There is some smoke, but we're not going to say that's going to affect his shot. So he's going to stand there and just shoot down. This has a rate of fire, if I remember the hunting rifles correctly. Let's pull it out from the last one. I think hunting rifles have a rate of fire of 1. Yes, they do. 3 damage, critical of a 4, rate of fire of 1, 5 rounds. So he is going to come across, try and shoot Jane, missing. So he loses a round, but we won't bother about that. So he shoots at Jane, missing. This guy here, he's going to take a knee and then try and shoot at Staff again. So he isn't going to move. Stay where he is and take a shot at Staff. So he will get he is a civilian. He will get his D8 and his D6 as plain. We said that he can, so this would be, so he can do 2 more and then we'll say he has to reload. He gets 1 hit on Staff, firing 1 round. So Staff takes a pistol. If I ever get to do like a live stream thing of this, it would be more useful because I could get you like people who know this stuff to suggest what sort of weapon he might have. I reckon he would have something a civilian might be able to get their hands on because it would be his own personal thing. Civilian firearms. We've got a police pistol. How about a police pistol, which would be a 9mm. It's got a rate of fire of 2, so giving it a 1 dice is all right. Damage of 1. So basically, Staff takes 1 shot and takes 1. Staff, if I remember rightly, Staff's getting damaged up. So Staff gets hit in the head. He does have his helmet on. The helmet does a rating of 1, so it pings off the helmet, but it might ruin the helmet. It ruins the helmet. So the helmet loses its integrity with this shot, but Staff doesn't take any damage, but Staff does have to make a cornice under fire check for this. That was the wrong person. That was Doc. Where's Staff gone? Yeah, so his helmet is done, which is good because Staff's got 3 damage on him at the moment. He needs to make a cornice under fire check, which is his cornice under fire is better. I was looking at the wrong person. He's a D10, D6, D10, D6 for his cornice under fire. As his helmet goes ping, and Staff ducks down as a shot goes off. So Staff won't get to act in this round, which is what's going next. So he's gone. Uzi Dude will run up next to him, being untrained. So he's going to run up next to this guy here, being untrained, and he is going to attempt to shoot as a civilian. He's Uzi. I can't really do an Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonation. Or many others. Other military. Here we go, Uzi. So he is going to open up. So how many rounds is this? Got 32. So he will do rate of fire 4. We will give him the same D6, D6. He hits. Doing 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 rounds come out. And hits Staff in the arms, doing 1 point of damage to Staff. Hitting Staff in the arm, doing 1 point of damage. Staff is now got 1 hit point remaining. Does Jane have a med kit? I don't know if she does. No, but Jane may be needing. Jane's helmet needs repairing. Jane's helmet got broken. Bugger. All right. Oops. So Staff gets hit. He's already taken his cornice under fire for this round, so we don't need to do that again. That is, so he's recovering. He's shocked. He ran over and took a shot. He took a shot and hit. He took a shot and hit. Right. Jane's over here, so would have seen these two do that. So that was them. Now we've got Jane. Jane may decide that staff needs some protection and will drop to knee and open up on these two over here, as that one she won't see as being so dangerous. So we've got two over here, two over here. I think she's going to open up on these two over here. So we'll give Jane, who was D12, D12. She isn't moving, so she still doesn't get that -2. So she is going to, oh yeah, and then we'll have McCoy. Actually, McCoy, which is on the next one, which is staff. McCoy will run over and attack some of these as well, which might be the end of McCoy. Well, we've got 40 minutes. Okay, I'm going to keep going. So Jane will drop to a knee and will open fire on these two over here. So she is now going to do her full burst, which means she might need to reload. Rate of fire of 6. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 5. Opening up on both of those. I think that's all right. Missing. All right, she'll push. She's going to push it, and pushing means we re-roll everything. She takes 1 damage. I think it's the gun is going to take 2 damage because of this, which will drop it down to reliability 2, and she might take damage depending on this. That's what we wanted to see. Okay, so the gun takes some overheats and takes some damage from overheating, which is because of these two. She uses 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 rounds. Half the magazine is gone, 15. She gets to do 1, 2, 3 shots, 3 lots of damage, which she will distribute between 2 on the guy with the Uzi, and the guy next to him gets 1 on him. So the guy with the Uzi is going to take 2 shots, 1 in the legs, 1 in the chest, but the 2 shots doing a total of 4 damage beats the critical of 3. So we're going to say, I don't know if this is right, but it seems so. 2 rounds going to the Uzi guy and put the Uzi guy down, and 1 round is going to clip our guy over here, who's going to take 2 shots, 2 bullets, yes, and we'll say he's got a D6 cornice under fire, which he fails, so he sticks his head down as he gets clipped by a stray round going past. Or maybe the damage, because it's a lot of stress and stuff, is him diving to the ground because her putting a burst into the area, killing this guy, and then he dives to the ground as defense. So so she's defended them, and then she has a fast action. Could she remove a grenade? Yes. So she's going to remove a grenade from her webbing as a fast action, and then her next action, she's going to chuck it over here at these over here, I think, which might put them, we don't know, let's see. I don't know what's going to happen. So she's going to use her fast action to remove a grenade from her combat gear, from her combat load. I think she can do that. Draw item from combat gear. So she's going to remove a frag grenade from her combat gear. All right, sorry. This camera overheated, which for you would be the one that does that picture down there. So I turned them all off for about 15 minutes to cool down, to give them a bit of cooling down time, and I put the fans on them. But I can't have the fan on whilst I'm recording because it just makes a loud noise. Anyway, I think I remember rightly, Jane was, I was discussing Jane pulling a frag grenade as her fast action off of her belt. But then, if I think about it, her fast action was the aim, wasn't it? So she can't do that. Now I think about it, but now I've got that 10 minutes to think. She couldn't have done that because the fast action was her aim. So that was Jane, because they went, where did I put that? Where did I put their one? Oh, here it is. I marked the page with it because it was 15 minutes ago. No memory. So that's Jane. Jane opened up, took out the Uzi dude, injured, the one with the pistol who's gone down, who's ducked down. Now we've got this one and this one who he shot. He done his cornice under fire. The pistol dude had his cornice under fire, and so now we're on Staff. Staff will have had his pistol in hand. He's HP 35. So we've got pistol dude here, we've got pistol dude here. So Staff can see both of these. We will have 1 to 4, the guy inside the building. McCoy is going to run off to attack this dude. And Staff is going to do a quick shot. Or can he get his aim? No, pistol aim. We'll give him pistol aim on the guy who is pulling a pistol, though there's the family members in there. Staff will definitely see that there's no Harrison in that room. And then, I don't know, then after this, because the number of people are coming in, I might make a roll for Staff who might decide, this is stupid, we've got to go. And I mean, especially with the overheating thing, then they might leave, and then next session we'll have a chase scene. But let's do one thing at a time. First off, let's see if Staff can put this guy down without the guy putting Staff down first. So Staff has his HP 35 9mm, which gives him 1 dice, and then he has his D10 and his D8 for ranged combat, where he will use his quick shot, his quick action, his fast action to do an aim. And then I think everything else is the same. I don't think we have any pluses or any minuses. It's basically, he's kicked the door down, he's standing in the doorway. He'll bring up his pistol and he'll just take a shot at the guy who's standing at a dinner table in the middle of the room, about to pull his pistol and shoot back. Next action, which will be top of the round. So Staff, or did Staff have his cornice under fire? No, Staff got shot at, didn't he? So Staff can't do that because Staff's got his cornice. No, he passed his cornice under fire. Did he? No, he failed, didn't he? Because he got hit in the head and he failed, so he can't do that. Oh, sorry, yes he can. He gets 1 shot on the guy, doing 3 rounds, doing 1 point of damage, so 3 rounds out of the 13 round magazine. He does 1 point of damage against the guy in the torso. The guy is civilian and he fails his cornice under fire. All right, leave it at that. And then we have Bones, who will charge in to attack the guy with the pistol, the old dude with the pistol who was shooting at Staff. Bones has a D8 and a 2D8 for his close combat, and the guy would have to. I'm gonna have to quickly read close combat. Hold on, we haven't done this in so long. I can't remember. Right. So, if the guy tries to block, it would give, for every success on his roll, he negates 1 of the damage that Bones would do. Bones having a D8, but he will do a charging attack, diving blow to try and take the bloke down, which turns into a D10. So Bones is going to charge in, doing 1 hit, and then the guy will attempt to block, who is a civilian, which is a D8, just a D8, D8 and a D6. See, he gets a D8 and a D6, fails to block, so Bones will do 1 point of damage to him, and they both go to the ground. So Bones has charged over and has dived at this guy and has put him down on the ground, and they're basically rolling around with Bones grabbing at his arm and pulling him around. We now have 1, oh no, we'll do that on their next turn. So that's the end of that turn. Yes, right, so we'll do another block. And we will do an oracle whether more people turn up. Red being good, so no they don't. So we're at the top of the next round, which is then they will act. So what do we have at the moment? We have this guy here who then is back up. So Jane is still here. This guy here, he's back up and in action. This dude here was already in action, so he could take a shot. So this guy might stand up, and probably he'll stand up and maneuver out of the way because he's a bit open and obvious and he'll go into cover. This guy here will take a shot on Jane. This guy here is recovering from his coolness under fire roll. These two are rolling around, and we have the potential of getting someone else coming in, which is what we'll do. That's what I think we're doing, won't we? So we got, so what we've got, so if it's a red, no one comes in. If it's black, someone comes in. It's a red, so we'll have nobody else comes around. So what we'll have is we'll have the last two are beginning to maneuver their way through to the front bit, but we won't have them turn up until next turn. Highly likely at this point, Staff might come to his senses, which we'll do on his roll, which is roll 9, and then next turn round we'll go. So this guy is going to stand and make to run over. We'll make him make a maneuverability roll. If he fails it, he's a hunter. If he fails his maneuverability roll, he doesn't have maneuverability, so he just has a D10. If he fails it, then he just gets there. If he gets a hit, then he'll also get a shot on Jane. He gets a hit, so he gets a shot on Jane. So he will run across and then attempt to shoot at Jane, which would give him a D10, D8, D10, D8, but he has run, so we'll do him a D8, D8. And he won't be aiming, so it would be a -2. So I'm going to be kind and make it a D6, D6. And he's just got a hunting rifle, so he's going to attempt to shoot at Jane. Getting a hit, hitting Jane in the torso, where Flak Vest will cover her from. The hunting rifle was 1 point or 2 points? Ooh, 3 points. So her Flak Vest will defend her from one of that. So 2 points will go through. And she needs to make her coolness under fire. So 2 points going through, meaning that she has taken 4 damage from her potential of 6. She has 2 remaining. They're going to have to run. This makes no sense. They're going to have to run. We need to roll a d6 to see if it... No, so her Flak Vest survives it. And then she needs a coolness under fire, which is a d8, d6. Which she passes. Right, so she's okay. So she gets shot from the guy who runs across. Then he's going to attempt to shoot. He is a hunter again, so we'll go d8, d6. Because he doesn't have anything. So also hits. Oh dear, Jane. In the torso. I think that puts Jane down. So I'm going to have to quickly read what happens. Because she might be able to. So maybe Staff can shout across and get her back up. When you suffer damage equal to or in excess of your hit capacity, you become incapacitated. Your knock senses collapsed. Recovery. The first way to recover from being incapacitated by damage for someone else in the same hex you to treat you by successfully running for medical aid. This is a slow action. If successful, you immediately heal number. No one helps you within a shift, you recover anyway and heal 1/6. Further recovery. Back on your feet. So she's not incapacitated. She's not critically hit. She's just suffered incapacitating damage. So she goes down. So how can we get her back up? Is there a way? I thought I saw there was a way of getting someone up by doing a like motivating a like get up and run sort of thing. Otherwise, I don't want us to have lost Jane. Or maybe that was stress that I was thinking of. Drat. All right. So Jane has gone down for now. Jane's gone down. When you suffer damage equal to or in excess of your hit capacity, you become incapacitated. You are knocked senseless or collapse from exhaustion, and you can only call. You can't feel any skills. Killing blow. No. Recovery. Fast moves recovering capacity damage on someone to heal you. Shift you heal anyway. Further recovery once on your feet, you'll heal 1 point remaining damage for each full shift. No. Infected wounds. No. Damn. Okay. Jane's down. That was that guy there. He's come across. So we've got Staff there. Staff will have seen that Jane's gone down. But we've also got this guy here. So this one in here. So we'll just keep it at this for now. So McCoy's dealing with this guy here. So he's going to try and get up. So he has D8 D6. So he's going to do D8 D6, trying to resist against. Oh, gets 2 hits. 2 hits is 2 points damage, which puts McCoy out. All right. So I think after this foolishness. So that's all of them. So now we've got Staff. I think Staff, seeing what's gone on, Staff is going to run across to Jane, and Staff is going to attempt to do a medical aid check. Staff doesn't have medical aid, but he would have basic training. Where's his shoot gone? So he's got a D8. So he's going to attempt to do a D8, and then he'll push it. And if he gets a pass, we'll give Jane that many hit points back. And then we're going to have them run. And we will... I mean, McCoy is down, and this is going to affect Staff. But at least he's going to get Jane out. So that was their go. Now we've got Staff on his final go. Staff is going to attempt to maneuver across. If he makes a maneuverability roll, we will give it that he can grab Jane and drag her out so out of the way before he does his medical aid. If he fails the maneuverability roll, he can't do that, which for him is a D10 D6. D10 D6. Which he fails. So he is going to push that, which he gets a pass on. And he doesn't take any damage from pushing. Right, so you immediately will suffer 1 point of damage or 1 point of stress for each of the misses that you roll on the base dice, which he didn't. So he gets 1 success. So he manages to grab Jane. He runs across, grabs Jane, and drags Jane out. I'm going to make him make a stamina roll. If he fails, then he's lost his sniper rifle because he's prioritising Jane instead. Which is someone suggested about the crossing the river, that instead of them taking damage, maybe losing equipment. So we'll make him make a stamina roll. He fails, so he drops the rifle so as he can grab Jane and then drag Jane out. We'll do that as his fast action, which I think he can do. Oh, we've got retreat, which is a mobility roll, which we got him to do. Okay, and then the stamina was an action, and then he's going to attempt to do, I think it's a slow action, is medical aid. First aid, yes, okay. And this is empathy, so this would be stress if he fails this and we need to push it. Right, so he gets 1 hit, which gets Jane back 1 hit point, which is all she needs. Okay, did he have a medical kit? He did have a medical kit, which would give him a +1. So we've already got that. We're banking that. We're banking that, but we could have possibly got 2 hits. Right. So Jane gets back. So he consumes cracks open the med kit, and he quickly applies medical aid, and Jane gets back 2 hit points. Okay. At this point, what we have is 2 hunters, a guy and 2 people with pistols who are going to begin pursuing them. But I think they're going to give themselves a head start. We'll say that we're not going to do any damage to them, but they're going to chuck some grenades and then they're going to leg it. They will drop all of their excess gear, and they're just going to run back where they came from, and then we will do some escape and evading from the hunters and the civilians who will be pursuing them in the next session. I think that'll do. We just kept Jane alive. So at the moment we've got Jane, who's got 4 hit points gone from 6, and Staff, who is on 1 hit point. He's got 1 hit point left. They're all under stress. This went very badly. McCoy is left behind. They don't get Harrison. They don't get anything, and Staff lost his L96, and I will say whatever backpack stuff they had is gone, which means I can see now that's the radio that they got hold of is gone, and they're just going to run. So I'll strip all their stuff off them and get them to run. Thank you very much for watching. If you like that, do hit the thumbs. If you'd like to subscribe, do subscribe. That teaches me, and that would have taught my players, don't go charging into an establishment just because you've done quite well up until this point. And if he would have failed his medical check, which he just had the 1 dice, then I don't know what I was going to do then. Anyway, we'll find out what happens with the chase, our escape and evade attempt, next session. Thank you very much. I will speak to you soon. Goodbye.